Black Americans, take a pause and read every single thing that I'm posting here. Kindly take a pause and read every single thing that I'm attaching here. Asians kids are going through a lot in the hands of their so-called parents. The same Asians that say Black American women are lazy. Black Americans, FBA, because they like to be specific. FBAs, those ones that don't want to identify with Africans, they are very lazy. So this is what some of them go through in the hands of their parents. Guys, I went to the comment section of this particular videos that you guys are about to watch. The comment section was choked. See Asians kids crying how their parents behave, how their parents don't want to be parenting enough. And then you look at these Black Americans that at the end of the day, no matter how they are single mothers, single fathers, as you guys said, they're still taking care of their kids. They're still providing for their children. They don't mind working 3, 4, 5 jobs just to put food on their children's table. When I saw this, I was like, we need to talk. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Sonia. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. Credit to the original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. I want to say a very big thank you to every single one of you liking, commenting, sharing, dropping super thanks. Also, join my membership. I do not take you guys for granted. You guys are absolutely the best. And yes, guys, with that being said, let's roll out the clips. I'll be back with commentaries. Let's go watch.
Haitian mothers can tear down their daughters without even realizing, right? Because, and they don't understand, like, for them to be spiritual people, they do not understand the power of words, right? Because, yo, if it was up to my mom, I would have never got married. Nothing I did was right. Oh, nobody gonna marry you. You a salop.
And just talk about the power of the tongue.
Yeah.
That's why it hurts more. It's like you're projecting this on me.
Yeah, your child. They don't understand that though. But tick
Ugh. Oh
little
my.
every little sentence. Oh, I love Jesus. I love God. But you're telling your daughter that she's never gonna. My mom literally has said to me, "Nobody's ever gonna marry you."
Oh, my mom's worse.
All of this stuff you doing in the street, nobody's ever gonna marry you.
Yeah.
You can't even wash your clothes right. You can't even.
It's
This,
you don't have
right.
respect for yourself. It's like, what do you mean I don't have respect for myself? What do you mean by that? Because the thing about it is this though, your mom does not know the real you.
Exactly.
Still.
Yeah. Definitely.
Like other people that met you outside, they know the real you. They've seen you. They understand you. It's kind of like Jesus. The people in your hometown not really gonna celebrate you.
They will never respect you. They won't celebrate you. They won't respect you.
Your mom has this little idea of you that's an extension of herself.
Okay, so boom, this is the long-awaited story time on my Haitian mom trying to kick me out. So this isn't really the first time that she tried to kick me out. The first time that she tried to kick me out, I was only 9 years old, and it was because I had a C on my report card. And that's really outrageous as well, because for y'all to be saying that, oh, this lady cares and da-da-da, and she only cares about you and this and that, to kick your 9-year-old child out over a C is pretty outlandish. But that wasn't the first time. Okay, so boom, I had one of my friends to get ice cream and stuff like that, and she started texting me immediately telling me that I was kicked out and da-da-da, because I went to go out and get some ice cream with my friend, but I was going through something at the moment, so I had went with her. So she was telling me when I get back, like, my stuff gonna be on the porch and all of that shit, so I was just like, fuck that, I don't really feel like going home tonight, because who wants to go home to that? Like, be fucking for real. So I came home the next morning, and she was like, oh, da-da-da, pack your shit, don't go lay in the bed, this is that. So she started coming in my room, she started wrecking my shit. So I was like, oh, hell no. And mind you, I already apologized to my mom, like, I'm like, mom, I'm sorry, like, this is that, like, I understand where you're coming from, like, this is that. Mind you, I really don't understand shit. But mind y'all, like, I'm not even 18, so I'm not even a legal adult yet, so it's just like, she can't even kick me out for real. So I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna call the police, and if she can't kick me out, they're gonna tell me where I need to go. The police get here and they get to tell her she can't kick me out, and she cussing the police the fuck out. She's like, I don't give a fuck, who y'all is, I don't pay my bills. But it's not like the first time she be calling the police on me. Like, she's called the police on me several times, but even after when the police left, the situation continued, and she kept on telling me to leave and all of that, and cussing me out for not leaving and this and that.
I just blocked my mother for the first time ever. Will she stay blocked? I don't know. I'm new to this. I'm taking down my hair, right? Hence why it's like this. And we know that TPS, the 3-day delay, and the today, and like ICE is gonna go out in the street and stuff like that. So I call her the first time. My little brother picks up. She doesn't have her phone. So I tell my brother, hey, when she comes back, tell her to call me. So couple minutes later, she comes back from wherever she was. She calls me, and I'm like, bro, you know, like the streets is hot right now. Why are you walking without your phone, you know? And we're talking. He's like, oh, I was just like, you know, I didn't go too far, blah, blah, blah. So I'm telling her, okay, let's talk a plan. literally every phone call with her, I'm like, let's talk a plan, let's talk a plan, let's talk a plan. And lately she's been really like grasping onto the idea that, little known fun fact, I'm not the oldest child. I have an older brother. I have an older brother who is an American citizen. Okay? She's been grasping onto the idea that he is going to help her. I talk to him. I'm the only one he talks to in the entire family. Okay? I talk to him. He does not want to help her. He does not want to. And even if he wanted to, which he doesn't, and even if he wanted to, he wouldn't be able to do it. They had their own fallout that I was not part of. Like, they have not spoken in years. So I talked to her. I talked to him on her behalf. I'm like, okay, mommy's going through this and that. Cannot get through him. I've been the one helping, and it's like, it's not sustainable for me, like this and that. Like, what could you do? Do not approach him with this, okay? Because he has her own trauma in regards to her that, he's dealing with. So it's just like a very triggering topic for him. But he says he's at peace with everything now, hence why he's reached a feeling of nonchalance when it comes to my mom. Like, he's like, the only thing he's willing to do is to bury her. That is the only thing he's willing to do. So I'm talking to my mom, and she's like, well, can you talk? I'm like, bro, we've had this conversation, me and you. I've told you what he said. I've told you what I've said. Like, he just is not down for that. Plus, he has children that he has to take care of. He has his own, like, he's a grown adult. He has his own things that he has to take care of. And, like, he's just not down for that at all, right? But she keeps holding on to this idea that he will. Just talk to him. I'm like, I don't know what power you think I have. So here are some other things I've told her that I'm willing to do. I told her that, hey, one of my friends, actually, she's great. She's a lawyer. She has a husband who's also a lawyer. They're immigration lawyers, and, they're my age, and they've just bought a house, and they've offered to watch my brothers, They've offered to have them live with them. And they're like, that's why we don't have any kids yet, because we want to be able to do things like that for people who need it. And, like, so they've offered. Is it a big responsibility? Absolutely. But they offered, and that was going to be my last resort. So I told my mom, hey, I have these friends who are willing to do that. I wouldn't send both of them. I would only send one, the oldest, which is 15. I was like, hey, he could go live with them, and, like, I'd send some money every month to take care of him while he, finishes his last three years in high school in the US. Like, I think, like, I love these people. I would trust them with my life, She's like, oh, I don't know them, which I understand. Granted, like, they're your kid. It's hard for me to tell you to separate with your kids. It's hard for me to say, oh, you should trust me. You should trust me. I know them. Like, I trust them. I've known them for years, but she's never met them. I get it. But, like, trust me a little bit that, like, but I get it. I'm not going to force you. She kind of gave me an ultimatum. If he doesn't come with me, he's not going anywhere. So now I'm like, okay, fine. I'll take him, but it's not the ideal option for him, because he has to learn a new language when he's at the peak of his high school career. Like, that's not ideal for anyone. My little brother is not the talking type. He's not the social type. This man would not, I'm not saying he wouldn't thrive, but it would take him a long time. It's just not ideal for him, So that's why I was leaning into having somebody else watch him, right? Boarding school is way too expensive. I can't afford that. She doesn't want that. Okay, now I have to get him. Okay, I was willing to do that. And I told him the other one, the younger one, who's 10, I personally cannot handle two kids. And I've mentioned in the past, the other one is kind of like very new, not very, but like he's neurodivergent, and he requires a lot of, like, attention and, like, a lot of repetition, So I don't have the patience that a mother would. And I do not want to force my friend to have the patience that a mother would with him. I was like, I would not be able to, care for him, but I can tell you that I can take care of my other brother, and there's the other option of that as well, right? Anyway, these are the options that I've given her, right? And then as we're talking on the phone about, like, oh, can you talk to him? He's not willing to do anything. I was like, take this option off your plate. I get it. This was your ideal option. It's not happening. Okay, when you're planning something, you have to have multiple options. This didn't work. Now let's move on to the second thing. I'm like, okay, let's talk about your second option. It's just there's no second option, right? And then she's talking about New York, and I was like, actually, New York could be a good place because Mom Donnie has said that he's not gonna let ICE into New York. If you want me to get you a plane ticket in New York, like I can do that because my little brother, the oldest one, the 15-year-old, his dad lives in New York. I was like, I could get you guys there, or like send him there. Like that's his dad. And she's telling me about his dad's situation and how like absolutely cannot happen. Like the dad situation is not ideal. As she's telling me about the situation, and I'm listening, but she's talking about it, and I didn't realize she was getting worked up for some reason, because all I was doing is like, okay, what about this option? Okay, I can help with that. You need a plane ticket? I can do that. Okay, as she's talking, I didn't realize she was getting a little worked up until she said, you see, after this conversation, I'm gonna block you. To me, she says that to me. And like she's talking about other things, I'm like replaying it in my head. I'm like, wait, what? You're gonna block me? What did I do? What did I do? This whole entire, for the past 7 months, no, for the past year, I've been asking you to make a decision. And the one decision that you've been able to make this entire time is to block me? The person who's been helping you? The person who's been calling and checking up on you and like, what do you need? The person you hit up when you need something, me? That's the decision you're willing to make? To block me? What did I do? That immediately pissed me off. Because this is not the first time she's done stuff like that. Like, she'll say something or like something doesn't go her way, she blocks me. I've never blocked her. I've let her be, and then she'll unblock me, and blah, blah, and then I'm sad during the entire time. It's looking like a manipulation tactic, an abusive tactic. She doesn't realize that, of course, but whatever. So this time I was like so fed up. I was like, okay, you're gonna block me. What did I do? Blah, blah. She's like, I don't want you to get mad. I just, it just feels like, I'm lowering myself every time I come to you and ask you for help. I get that. I get the pride feeling. I get that, but I've never. So then I was like, all right, block me. She's like, I don't want you, like, I'm just saying this and that, blah, blah. And I was like, you know what? Block me. Make the decision you want to make and block me. And then she was like trying to explain herself. Don't take shit back. Don't make it seem like you did me a favor. Maybe you are doing me a favor, I don't know. But I told her, block me. She's like, okay, well, I'm going to go so you don't say I hung up on you. I was like, you good. So she hung up. And then I blocked her. I don't know if she blocked me. I definitely did. I definitely blocked her on WhatsApp. I blocked her on regular cell. Because I'm like, you're not about to play with my feelings like this. You're not about to treat me like I'm some dispensable creature in your life. Like, maybe I am. Maybe that's what you need to figure out the thing that you need to do. Okay? Maybe that's what she needs. Maybe she's felt like, her relying on me has been a crutch. So she's forcing herself to do things by herself. She's like, like, you don't need to know anything about my life. You don't need to know anything I'm doing. What did I say in this conversation to provoke this attitude from you? Literally, the conversation was like, oh, I can get you a ticket to go to New York if that's what you need. Like, I can get like, blah, blah. I was like, and then you're telling me about that situation and why that's not ideal. And I'm listening to you. I'm not even interjecting. I'm listening to you. And then you're going to tell me after this conversation, you're going to block me? What? All right. Anyway, I'm going to go take down my hair.
I'm seeing some of those trends where it's like, I'm going to call you back. My Haitian mom is calling. And the way some of these Haitian moms are speaking to their daughters is diabolical. I saw some that spoke to their sons, but the way some of them are coming for their daughters specifically needs to be studied. I saw one, I don't know the creator's name, but she sent a message saying she was stuck in traffic, and then the mom replied, oh, traffic coco, and then went off on her. You would have thought she was speaking to some like next person down the street, not her own daughter. And trust me, I get it because I do have a Haitian mom, and she has said some terrible shit to me, but I don't understand how some of these mothers talk to their children. Like, is you wouldn't even think it's their own kids, the way they're coming at their throat. That literally motivates me to break generational curses and not speak to my son that way, because I don't want him to wake up and hate me. Because the way these moms are putting so much trauma on their own daughters and speaking to them like they're nothing. Like, the trend was cute and funny when, it was like the niece calling, and then the Haitian community jumped on that trend and started talking and sending the voicemails they get from their moms. And that shit is just spilling trauma.
New things make Haitian parents nervous. New things, new places, new people make Haitian parents nervous. So then, this kind of nervous because coupled with creates this breed of Haitian children who lack confidence in themselves. We're so used to being told no, or being told, now we become either one, way too inquisitive at a much older age, right? We done passed the time where we should be doing trial and error. And two, we lack a little confidence in certain areas because we ourselves haven't been exposed to them.
Being the daughter of Haitian parents, I can hear and I can feel, like I can physically feel the hurt and frustration in her voice. But I think that as I've gotten older, I've realized that our parents, our Haitian parents, they went through trauma that made them the way that they are with us. Like, I didn't learn that until recently, but when I did, oh man. Because the trauma that I experienced from my mama, but then when she sits down and she explains the trauma that she experienced from the hands of her parents, it's like a cycle. But our generation is actively trying to kind of break the cycle. Their generation doesn't know how. It's like that saying where you can't teach old, you can't teach.
One thing I realized is that not all Haitians were raised the same. When I was younger, I used to think as Haitians, we go through this. And while I can find some commonalities in how a lot of us were raised, I realize a lot of us were raised completely different. When I tell certain friends, and I always find that it's friends that were raised in a less, I guess, religious, strict household, some of the things that were normal in my household or went on, I find they look at me blank. They simply don't know what I'm talking about. And it's just funny because that's why now I'm so different in how I talk about as Haitians this, because I realize we all did not grow up the same.
As a Haitian American immigrant who was traumatized by her family, I realize now that their language really had an impact on me. And I feel like in the community, we don't talk about languages enough. Hearing your caretakers call you malpop, salop, just because you didn't clean up after yourself and you were a child is unacceptable. And I realized I was using these same words in my mind to talk to myself. You're probably doing the same thing. Stop doing it. We gotta do better than our parents.
Hi, since the last video I posted about blocking my mother reached a lot of people and I have a few new followers, I wanted to give an extended welcome to one particular group of people. Welcome, firstborn Haitian daughters. Welcome. I'm glad to have you here. I'm glad that my last video helped you feel seen. welcome, welcome, welcome. I have a couple other things that I want to say to the other people who's been in my comment section on that last video. Starting with the people who said that this is a private matter and I should take down the video. No, the video stays up.
Fuck your life! Bing bang!
The video stays up. It is a healing thing for me to say it out loud. You don't know how many things I keep private, how many things I've kept private, how long I've kept them private for. If you think me recounting a conversation, a real conversation with factual details, if you think that's scandalous, you'd balk at other things I keep private. All right, so the video stays up. Thank you for that input. Now, to the people who say it's your mom at the end of the day. I know that, she knows that, we both have roles to play. And sometimes those roles, it gets confusing who's playing what, right? And also that is part of the problem, and I don't trust people like you because you're the type of person, Haitian parent, who would abuse your kids and hope that they still stay in your corner because you gave birth to them, or you're their dad, you're their mom, things like that. Respect goes both ways. It goes for parent-child and child to parent, and a relationship can't work if there's not mutual respect in that relationship and mutual acknowledgement of the other person's impact in their life. You understand what I'm saying? I love my mom, and I know she loves me in her own way. However, I get to choose the kind of love I participate in, the kind of love I choose to receive, and so does she. Oh, and also, to the people who, I don't know if you know me, you know my mom, you know my dad, whatever the case may be, you better stay quiet on the creek when you're on this page.
Quiet on the creek. Quiet on the creek. Quiet on the creek. Quiet on the creek. Quiet on the creek.
Soon as you make a squeak on the creek, you're getting blocked. I'm removing your tripotai privileges, all right? So, bam dilan ko ka kompran. Sou konem, sou kon papam, sou kon mamam, wap sou page wap fe tripotai. Dégage ou men sou comment on baka joum jouer nou sou page ça, ma bloqué ou. Ma bloko ba kontak frapo, okay? And to the people who are saying that I'm disrespectful for blocking someone who said they're gonna block me, na med pool. Now let's move on. To everyone else, welcome. And my usual content is not crash out content. Last time I crashed out was 6 months ago. Usually I post videos of like my life here in Mexico, how I'm getting adjusted, my travel content, like my visa processes to other countries that I want to visit, and stuff like that, and like immigration, and has relates to TPS and stuff like that. And sometimes it intersects with my mom, and I would share that as well sometimes, because immigration and my relationship with my mom are the two most defining things of my life. Like, you can't get to know me without getting to know my immigration status, and you can't get to know me without knowing my relationship with my mother. So these are two things that are very defining of me and my character. So that's why you hear about them. So the whole thing, some things keep private. You don't know me. You don't know me. You don't know my life. All right. So you don't have to watch it. You don't have to watch it. You don't have to do anything. You can just, that's not your fight, and move on. Right. Anyway, so if you want to stick around for drama, you might not get it. You might not get it because I'm washing my hands off of this situation for now, at least. But if you want to stick around for my travel content, my living in Mexico, and like adjusting, and like just different journeys through my different journey through this new life that I'm building, you can stick around. Anyway, bye. Let's talk about Haitian parents' obsession with privacy. I think that obsession with privacy itself has nothing to do with privacy. It has everything to do with upholding an appearance. Appearance becomes more important than actually solving the problem. They're more scared of shame than the conversation. Anything that could tarnish the image that they've created for themselves is off limits. And privacy in a Haitian household is a one-sided thing, right? How many of you have parents who would call somebody up and share all your business to them, right? Something you might have asked to be kept private. They call somebody up, sometimes people you don't even know, share your entire business to that person. But as soon as it's your turn, that's considered disrespectful. We don't view that action as like you breaking a boundary. That's disrespectful. We don't assign disrespect to the parents, yet the parents so quickly assign disrespect to us. And I think that's because they don't view us, a lot of Haitian parents don't view their children as their own being, with their own sentient being, with their own feelings, values, and morals and boundaries, things that hurt them, things that makes them happy. They don't view that as you're a person independent of yourself. Like I don't think they really compute that. I'm still not being viewed as an adult. I'm an adult. I'm turning 28 tomorrow. All right. So I keep forgetting that. I really keep forgetting that. So anyway, where was I? We view speaking up as disrespectful instead of a mean for change, right? We view it that the person speaking up, their only goal has to be to disrespect, to embarrass, to shame, whether like, hey, that's a brother conversation needs to be had. And on the topic of privacy, Haitian parents are not known to sit down and talk to their children. Some of you are lucky to have a parent like that. Some people they're not down to sit down and have a private conversation. The conversation is they end it, and they're right. Your feelings don't really matter. If we're talking about it, it's self-victimizing. So that conversation, a lot of Haitian parents are not willing to sit down with their children and have a conversation that would make this thing be private, right? And I think a lot of Haitian parents fall short on the provide aspect, right? They gave birth, they brought to America. What other wrong could they possibly do? A lot of the arguments I'm seeing, like, they did this. You're talking about physical provision, which is great, which is something that I'm grateful for in a lot of ways. And I think children are grateful for that, right? Although people can say, like, you parents are supposed to do that. I'm grateful for that. However, you Haitian parents fall so short on the emotional provision. And they do not want to hear that, because what do you mean you want me to emotionally provide for you on top of me putting a roof over your head? That is part of having children. That is part of having children. You don't just provide for them, put a roof over their head. You should put peace in their minds as well, okay? You should not be their op, okay? And I know that conversation is gonna go over a lot of heads, a lot of the old heads who's gonna be calling me disrespectful, ungrateful, shame on me, doing things for clicks, doing things for views, doing this and that. Say whatever you want to say. It's not pushing the conversation forward, and you're exactly who I don't want to be. So save your breath, okay? It's good to talk about things. You don't have to do it online like I did. Before I came online, I talked to my friends. It's like I don't have people to talk to. I do. I want to talk about it because I know this is an issue that we have in our community, and it resonated with a lot of people. And if you're a parent, an older parent, seeing this, like, she's so ungrateful, she's so in this, listen to my message, listen to my video again, and see how you can change. If you see yourself resisting that, you're part of the problem. You're part of the problem. We need to do better as a community. If we want to have children, we need to do better, be better, break the trauma, listen to our children, respect our children. Don't treat our children like strangers, like we would strangers in the street. And let's stop holding our children to such impossible standards that only works one way. Let's be more gentle with our children. We can be better parents that way. We can be better children that way. It's a two-way street, and I don't know.
Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys literally enjoyed every single clip I was able to roll out for you guys. And you guys can literally see what some of these Asian children are going through, especially in the hands of their mom their parents, but specifically their mom. I've also seen a particular Haitian girl share her story on Facebook where if you hear what this lady went through in the hands of her mom, how she was married off just because they needed money to extort money from her head. It was quite crazy. And I believe that there are a lot of Asian children that are also still going through this over and over again. I'm happy for one thing that social media have done, creating a space where a lot of people can actually voice out without having any fear. Because at the end of the day, you go ahead, you bet children to this world, and you want to use them as your what? And you know, one thing that why this thing is actually surprising to me is because a lot of Asians have literally said bad things about Black Americans, calling them single mother, calling them different particular names. Why, at the end of the day, you have not seen some of these American single mothers' children as a target coming out to start crying that, oh, their parents are extorting money from them. So it simply means that someone can be a Black American single mother and even be more useful in the life of their children than a full married Haitian mother. It's not clicking, Abby. Let me repeat myself. I said, so at the end of the day, since Asians love to call Black Americans single mother, lazy people, blah, blah, blah. So someone can be a single mother and still take care of their children 100% without pushing those children outside than being married. And at the end of the day, you are extorting money and you want your children to foot your bills, you want your children to do everything for you. Has even got to the point that a lot of them are even blocking their parents. Go to that particular comment section. It's like the girl that said her story why her mother don't want to be helped. Go to her comment section and see a lot of Asian people called bringing out their own parts, and they are saying these are who our parents are, these are who our Asian mothers are. And I was like, hello, are you kidding me? Are you for real? So this is literally happening. Asians that said they are not lazy, Asians that said they are not dirty. So I was thinking their parents would be able to foot out their bills for them. I was thinking their parents would be able to do every single thing for them without having to disturb their children. So they are still doing it like some of these African countries. Yes. See, I keep saying it. Don't ever buy the finger that fed you, honestly. Look at the history of these Black Americans. I have not seen, maybe if you have seen, let me know. I've not seen most of their children coming out to come and air out this type of nonsense. There's a particular girl I'm following on Instagram. I don't know if you guys actually know that particular girl. This girl is 14. Okay, she's 15 right now. She gave birth when she was 14. She got pregnant when she was 14. She's a Black American girl, teenage girl, right? But this girl is taking care of her daughter like her life depends on it. Because of her daughter, she started creating social media accounts so that she can literally film, do videos, and she's doing videos perfectly well and then make money, not waiting for her to say, oh, I am begging, oh, please come and help me. it's, I don't know if something is clicking. So when I saw this video, I was like, no, I need to just bring this video. Let me know what you think in the comment section. And if you're watching me as a Haiti person, let me know as well. Do you have any of this experience? I want to actually hear your honest thoughts from you. Anyways, if you have not subscribed, subscribe, like, comment, and share. Credit to the original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. I want to say a very big thank you to every single one of you liking, commenting, sharing, dropping super thanks. Also join my membership. I do not take you guys for granted. You guys are absolutely the best. And yes, guys, with that being said, with no further ado, I do like I always say in my videos. I'm going to be saying bye and I'll see you guys in my next one. For now, bye guys. I love you guys. Mwah.